Hello on day 25. We are in the midst of a snowstorm here, so that will take a lot of my attention and time because I'd like to stay shoveled out and I have work today, but thankfully that's just on my computer at home. However, all of that does not mean that we're skipping what we need to get done today, which is our decluttering challenge. Today, I'm going to be working on the back of my door. Initially, I had put up these hooks on the back of the door to prevent another issue which I was having, and that was the chair drill. There were things that I was just taking off as I got home from my office job, putting them down on a piece of furniture, and then having them sit and accumulate there. Or I was taking off my sweatshirt and just dropping it on my bed. And to prevent clothes from accumulating on surfaces, I decided that the hook was going to be the right solution. This was going to be an area where instead of dropping it on a surface, I was going to hang it up on a hook. I even have some special hangers here for my office work pants. But I have not worked in an office in a while, and this area has gotten out of control to the point that it's not practical anymore. Because these hooks are overstuffed, I still have the things that I'm using every day, like sweatshirts and robes that I'm dropping on different surfaces around my room, which is making my bedroom a lot messier than it needs to be, and then in turn a lot harder to clean once I get to that. So what I want to do today is go through everything on these hooks. A lot of these things have been here for a while unused, so maybe it's going to be time to let some things go, at least pare down a little. To start off with, I have two robes here. I already have a robe that I wear most of the time. It's my big, ratty, oversized robe, and I definitely don't need three robes. So I think this one that is a short one is going to be one that I will finally let go. I've had this one for a long time too, and I did really like it. I love the color of it too. It was a gift, but it's a little too small on me and not very practical being so short. I have other sweatshirt type things that I wear around the house just for warmth once I'm dressed and out of my actual robe, which I think this is what I was using it for a little bit, but those are more practical without, things hanging about. So this one I can donate. And this one I will keep as a spare when the other one's in the laundry. I have my Roaring 20s dress here. I just hung it up because this seemed like a safe spot where I could put it away without the cats getting to it. But this needs to go in my closet, so I'm going to rehome that to the closet. Next, we have an array of sweatshirts. I absolutely love these sweatshirts, but I don't wear them that much right now because all the cat hair would get right into them. So I think I can take them off of these hooks, fold them up, and store them in my closet now that I have some room on that top shelf. I think that's going to be the plan for sweatshirts that I'm not constantly wearing. So I'm going to fold these and put them in the closet. I do absolutely love this sweatshirt as well. It is one of my favorites, but I think it's a little snug on me right now. It's also a very thin sweatshirt, so I wouldn't necessarily be using it here in the winter months. I think with this one, I'm going to fold it up and put it with the too small stuff in that one bag I have in the closet. And then I'm going to revisit it in a couple of months to see if I will be using it in the warmer weather. So that's getting folded. Next, we have this sweatshirt, which is well worn and well loved. I have another one that's just like it, that's purple. And although this one's in my favorite color, I think it's time to retire it. This one's also a fun one. It's definitely past its prime. It's another one of those things that I got from somebody else's declutter, but I do love it. It's a nice pop of color. But it is thin, and I think I will fold it and put it in the closet for now as well, with the other sweatshirts on my shelf, because this one does currently fit me. Doesn't seem like I'm letting go of much here, but let's keep going. There is this sweatshirt, which I got on one of my trips, and I do like this one a lot, but I'm also not constantly using it right now. I think I will fold and put this one on the shelf in the closet as well with the other fluffy ones. I mean, ultimately, I really just want more room over here, and I can always add things in. But for now, I just want to pare down the things I'm going to be keeping here. All right, then we have two very thin sweatshirts here, and I'm absolutely not using them at all now that it's cold. I think I will also fold these up and put them up on the shelf with the other sweatshirts. Exact same thing for this. This one's a little lighter. It's something I'll be using in spring for sure, but I will fold it for now. And then finally, this big boy. This is also a hand-me-down that I've had But I think I have other sweatshirts, and this one's not very soft and cozy. So this one I think I will let go. These socks I was using to get the door to close because with this hanger it wouldn't quite close right. So I was just wedging them in to use for that. But I don't know, I don't think I need that. I will wash them and just add them to my sleep socks, you know, to keep my toes warm as I'm trying to fall asleep. All right, and now we're down to my work pants. Let me quickly flip through them and see if there's anything that I obviously need to let go. All right, these here are terrible, but they did serve a purpose. However, I will be letting these go. I am keeping the belt. All right, I've looked through the pants and I think all of the ones here are good to keep. Now I'm trying to figure out if I have room in my closet to hang them because my closet's a little crazy for all the hanging stuff, or if I need to take them off the hanger and fold them. Let me check on my closet. I'll be right back. So I've decided that I'm just going to move everything to one hanger, double them up on the clips, and I will be able to shove them into the closet. That might not be the best choice, but I think it'll work for now. Eventually, I do want to go through all the clothes in my closet, everything that's on the hangers in there, because a lot of that probably needs to go. And then when we pare that down, everything will fit fine. All right, let me quickly put things away and I'll come back and count out the few things I'm getting rid of. Be right back. All right, I have my sweatshirts folded and secured here in the closet. The big bulky ones went up here just because I thought everything was going to tumble. And then I looked a little closer at these. I got one other one out of here. And these two thin ones, they are pretty bad, pretty pilled, but I don't want to let them go until I'm able to replace them. But I'll be on the lookout in the spring to see if I can find something light like that. So now we have some empty hooks. I'll put this away with the exercise stuff. And I'm going to leave this here for now, but most likely I'll just transfer that to my closet because I don't think I'll need it here, but it's not going to be in the way of anything. Before I count out how many things I'm letting go, let me put back everything here that I actually want hanging here. All that I want back here, my spare robe, my current robe, my around the house sweater, jacket, sweatshirt, whatever you want to call it. And there's probably another sweatshirt or two that are in the laundry right now. Possibly this vest that I also wear just as a layering piece now that it's cold. Sometimes it's cold in the house, so I just need something a little extra. So these sort of pieces that I rewear that are just part of the layering system when it's cold will go on here. But this is way more manageable than what the other situation was. And many of those things, like I said, I wasn't even using right now. So what's the point of having them here? That being said, let me show you how many things I'm getting rid of from this rack. We have 1. I decided that this one was pretty bad as I was folding it. 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is 5 items that I'm getting rid of today. It's not many, but considering what a small space I went through today, that's a pretty good number, 5. Because this was pretty quick and easy, I feel like I have a little bit of time left before I gotta start getting to work. So I'm going to head into the kitchen and see if I can at least do 1 round of dishes. Since today is Sunday, this would be my first round of dishes for the week, and I try and keep it at 2 every week so I can keep up. But my sink is actually pretty full. There is some extra stuff from yesterday from the candles, the things that I need to wash. But in general, because it's been so cold, I've been having more tea, coffee, whatever it may be. And I've accumulated some things in the sink. So let me put this in the donations and the one thing in there that's not worthy of donating in the trash. And let's go into the kitchen and work on that. Oh, and in case you were wondering, I am burning a candle right now. Here is the current situation in the kitchen. It's not tragic, but you know, it's not good either. Like I said, the sink is pretty full considering there are some items here on the side. So this will be a little bit of work, but I did already put away the clean dishes yesterday. So that's a start. There wasn't many of them, to be fair, but it's definitely a start. I just need to get my butt in gear and get it done. And just like that, we're done with all the dishes that were in the sink. I do have a little bit of stuff left over here, but that's mainly because my drying rack is completely full. So Wednesday's gonna come pretty soon and I'll tackle these things here then. Other than that, I have my counter wiped down. And now it's time to work on all the other stuff I have to do. I've already attempted to edit yesterday's video, but I'm having some internet issues, which is probably related to the raging storm outside. So I will keep trying on that, and hopefully I can get that video out on the correct day, I guess. Today for me, yesterday for you. But aside from that, I'm gonna check and see if digging out makes sense throughout the day. I'm going to stay cozy on the couch trying to work on that video, and I'm gonna get some work done. Thank God for remote work, I guess. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.